Oh, don't worry, darling. It's going to be okay. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at the not new, but it's new-ish horror movie, which is called Don't Worry, Darling, which does star Harry Styles, and I'm pretty sure this is his first, full movie appearance. I'm not counting that end credit scene at the end of Eternals, because that has had no payoff since Eternals. We've had Harry Styles, become Thanos' brother, but we've had nothing come of it. Absolutely fucking nothing. And with the Avengers casting, a couple of days ago that came out, we've had no knowledge of Harry Styles returning to reprise his role in the MCU, so I'm not sure if Harry Styles' acting career has died or not, but this was his first big role, in my opinion. This is the first time we've seen him quite big on the big screen, not singing. So without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say about this movie. So you can watch this on Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and also Google Play. It has a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb, a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Jack and Alice is ideal life in the quiet, quaint town of Victory begins to unfurl as she starts questioning her surroundings. It ultimately leads to her to clash with the founder of the place, Frank. Now, these aren't very threatening or evil names, but how the story actually goes is this is the very perfect and very ideal world, where everything is perfect and is done to the timing to a T. Everybody wakes up, the wife makes breakfast, the husband goes off to work, but every single husband in the neighborhood works at the same place, and they all leave at the same time and drive in the same direction in very similar cars, and it's very strange, it's very odd, and that's our first red flag, that it's all very perfect. And the wives then go to the shopping mall to go on a shopping spree, they then come home, cook a tea for their husbands, and that is it. That repeats. That is the daily life, and it's very perfect. It's very too perfect with how the city is laid out, and they're all in a desert, and they don't question what's out there, and there is a plane crash, which doesn't make sense later in the film, I will be honest, but they go out because one of the wives has worked out that, hey, something ain't right, and she ends up getting killed for it, which is scary. And our main character, Florence Pugh, then tries to hunt it down, and she tries to convince people, but it doesn't work, and ends up getting herself reprogrammed to fit in. However, she then kills her husband, oh no, and because he died in this virtual world, he died in real life. So then she has to run and escape, and I do believe she escapes, and that's where the movie ends. Gonna be honest, that's the movie. It does also show their real life a little bit, which is quite sad, with Harry Styles working on the computer all day, and Florence Pugh being at work all day, and them quite arguing and looking quite miserable, but Harry Styles took it upon himself to do this, and the company genuinely didn't give a shit and just didn't ask if she consented, and that seems very weird and very sketch, by not, making sure that every party in this is in agreement, and it is very strange that they do decide to, kill a few people off because of it as well, because if you die in this world, you die in real life. So it's sort out line rules with that, and it is quite odd, it is quite strange, and it does seem quite unsettlingly perfect, and there is these weird glitches with the system, which makes rooms smaller, or her seeing shit, and everything is to do with eyes, and I was confused, because if this is a simulation, how was there a plane crash? Why would you code a plane crash into your simulation to make someone question and find this place? And if it is a desert and you can go out into it, why is it not infinite? Why doesn't it loop you back to the hotel or the village? Because games do that. There is games that do that. So the world building's pretty off with this movie. Like, it doesn't make really much sense. It tries to show this perfect world with it being so perfect and so clean. And yeah, I get that, that's fine, that works well in its favor. It makes it unsettling and it makes it creepy, and it does put you on edge and on, like, nerves for this movie, but there's just certain things with it being like, oh, it's a computer simulation, oh, they're all just living in, like, a virtual world, that just doesn't add up to me, because virtual worlds are set how you program them. You can't accidentally program a plane crash into your virtual world. You cannot accidentally, like, put shit in here that's like, oops, the room shrank, oops, the eggs aren't real. You know, like, why would you program fake eggs and, like, fake food? Like, I know they don't actually need to eat, but you might as well just program the real eggs, right? And if you're gonna, like, try and make it as real as possible, why would you even bother, like, putting eggs in here that aren't, like, finished? Like, if you wanna, like, trap these people in here and make him feel like it's real, why have fake eggs and fake food? Like, surely you would have real food, or, like, at least make it look like real food, and behave like real food. You could have all these things behave like the real product, like cars, like champagne, and steak, but you can't do eggs. Okay, makes sense. Also, the men in this world are fucking vile, trapping their wives in this world against their will. One of the wives is also vile, because she's the one that did this, and agreed to do this, and agreed to be in this perfect place. The children also aren't real, and if the children aren't real, when they get pregnant, do they have to give birth to them, or does it just like happen? Do they just like come out? Like, why, in this perfect virtual world, why would you make people have children? Like, why would you, children, I'm gonna be honest, children don't belong in a perfect world. Children are annoying as fuck. And the children in this world are very creepy, because they're like perfect children. And again, that would be another red flag. That would be something that people would be like, hold on, these children aren't misbehaving. These children aren't little dicks. They aren't little assholes. They aren't, like, learning anything. They're, like, perfect from the get-go. What is this? Like, no. Even if the like, parents are perfect, the kids are going to rebel a little bit and, like, have a couple of learning curves. They're not just going to be, like, perfect from get-go. So, again, this world building is my biggest issue, but the acting in this is quite good. Florence Pugh's, like, mental breakdown and slow decline is really well acted, and actually really well told and shown to us, which I do like. And the shrinking of the rooms and the mysterious aircraft and the eggs, although is terrible for the world building and don't really make sense with the twist of the movie, actually build some good suspense and build some pretty good, like, questions for Florence to ask, with, like, hey, why is this shit happening? Like, a room can't just shrink. Surely something is wrong here. And I had my theories. I had my guesses of what this could be, and what the plot could be for this movie, what the big twist at the end was going to be. But never in a million years would I have said, oh, it's a fake world. Oh, it's a computer. Because I feel like that's such a cop-out, and that's so boring, and it's such, like, a modern trope as well. And well, I wouldn't really say modern, but, like, it's more coming back around with, like, AI being, like, evil, and computers being evil, and people getting trapped in, like, a virtual world. It did have its, like, big, like, resurgence recently, since, like, Sword Art Online and, like, a load of other movies around the time of Sword Art Online's release. It is having a big, like, comeback and, like, turnaround, and there's just a lot of sex. That I don't really see why there's a lot of sex. Well, I do. It does actually make sense, but I don't want to see it. Like, I don't want to see Florence and Harry Styles getting it on. That was not on my 2025 bingo card. This movie did not come out in 2025, by the way. But still, I did not expect to see that, and I did not want to see that. But I kind of get it actually. The husband wanted her at home so he could have more sex, and that is vile. And that's disgusting, and you know that makes a lot of sense actually. After given the reveal of the movie, that's actually really sad. That's actually really sad and very desperate of Harry. I am calling them the actor names because I do not remember what they were called in the movie at all. I'm very shit with names, I'm gonna be honest. But oh, that's actually really sad. That's actually really upsetting. I only just put two and two together now when talking about the movie, and that has really put me in like a really down spirits, because that is just a new level of low. Really, trapping your wife in a virtual world just so you can fuck her more often. Because they were doing it like all the time. They were doing it like fucking rabbits. In the morning, when he got home from work, before bed, before dinner, after dinner, literally just all the time. And it was so frequent, and it got to the point where it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, they're doing it again. They're doing it again, and it's fucking. I'm upset that I worked that out. I wish I was just an ignorant bliss. But yeah. Other than that, I'm gonna be honest. The movie's twist was kind of a letdown. I was expecting something a little bit better. The acting was decent, and I was surprised with Harry's acting. To be fair, I think he did a pretty good job at this. So I would be pretty excited to see him in more movies. But this one, it's like a 5 out of 10. I probably wouldn't watch it again, and it does have its plot holes. And there is quite a bit wrong with it, to be fair. I spent like this whole video complaining about it, so I can't give it any more than a 5.